Trash niggas to the curb. Let your taste buds begin to salivate. I'm cutting niggas off by the prostate. I'm the two you left in the crate, cause the wear and tear prove much too great. I've been crying. I told y'all niggas.
Yo, what's up? Thanks for tuning in to G Podcast. I'm your host, German Torres, and on today's episode, I sat down with hip-hop artist Alsace Carcione to talk about the process of completing her new album titled New Normal, to be released April 20th, along with the music video I had the pleasure of shooting and directing. And she'll be having her album release show that same evening at Club Dada in Deep Ellum. So be sure to come out and show your support. Again, that's April 20th, 420 at Club Dada in Deep Ellum. Look out for more info soon. I really enjoyed our conversation as she shared her thoughts and experiences on finding her new normal after losing her mother and grandmother, becoming more vulnerable in her music, being honest and real as a person. We discussed the music video we created for her song Born Legend, her experience as a female in hip-hop, and the importance of artists supporting one another alike. Thanks again for tuning in, and let's jump right into it. And as you guys can see, check out our setup. We're just in my car, just kicking it in a parking lot. That's how you do it. Whatever you got to do to get it done, right?
Pretty much, man.
Yeah.
That's what you do.
Yeah. All right. So I'm glad you could, jump on this podcast. And I just want to say we finally got to work together on a video.
Yeah.
And aside from that, I just want to say the first time I heard your music and became a fan was Been Grindin'.
Yeah.
I heard that live at Trees. I don't know. I was shooting for somebody. I'm always out there working, shooting videos for people. I don't know who I was. It could have been Lou Charles. It could have been someone else here.
Probably like a Lou Charles or something like that.
Yeah. But I know you were on the bill, and you were up there. I don't know who you were, but you played that song. And that shit was hype. That shit got me hyped. That shit got me hyped as fuck. I was like, oh shit, like who the fuck is this? So
that's one of those songs.
That was my entry into knowing who you were.
That's a good introduction, actually.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's a real good introduction, just simply because most people never remember that first song unless it's like time travel. But Been Grindin', if you come and you see me perform that song, I'ma always be crazy, especially if you haven't seen me play it with a live band, then that's what you need to see.
That's
when it gets bananas.
I'm telling you, like, that shit got me, like... Now, I don't know who I was filming. I just threw Lou Charles out there, because it might have been Lou Charles, but I was like, I need to be filming with her.
Yeah.
So it's no disrespect to anyone else. I was just saying, like, I heard that, and I was like, what the fuck is this? You know? And then, like, I don't even remember what happened after that, but I was totally, like... That was my shit. And then I remember you had a video for that too, and that was dope. Shout out, who shot that? That was dope.
That was Mo of First Eye Media. So I've done a lot of work with him just recently.
Yeah.
I just wanted a different look on things, get somebody else's perspective on who I am as an artist. Mm-hmm. So you got to get different people, just like you work with different producers and different engineers.
That's the way to do it.
Yeah,
that's the way to do it. Yeah.
You just got to branch out. And I saw the work that you did with Bobby Sessions. What's the other guy name? I can't even think of his name right now, but he was somewhere out in the country, like.
Oh, Cynical, that boy Cynical. Yeah. Cynical, yeah.
So I seen those two videos. I was like, yo, that's dope.
Thanks. Thank
you.
Yeah. No, but what you're saying is true. Like, I'm even that way. I'm like, man, if someone wants to work with me, let's do it. But I'm like, be open to not only working with me, but there's other great people out there.
Yeah.
Same way you're talking about music producers, like. But if you find someone and you just click, though, obviously, why wouldn't you keep working together? But, thanks for even seeing those and reaching out. Because, it's one of those things where you see good work or you see a potential in somebody and they see it in you and you make good art together. So
yeah, and it's all about building relationships. So I'm trying to do more videos and see something different, Every now and then I have like this is what I thought the video should look like, but for the most part, I'm just like, hey, I've done the hard part. I've created the project. Here, you do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Your job takes over.
And I love that shit because it's pretty much saying like, yo, I'm good at the music shit. If I have an idea for the video, maybe, but let me, like you saying, like, let me fuck with the music shit and let me get someone who's good at what they do.
Absolutely.
And let them, And speaking of too, like, so you're you're dropping a new album. You want to talk a little bit about that?
Oh man,
because you gave me the opportunity already to shoot a song for one of those. So
it's actually the song that we did will be the very first song that plays. So simultaneously as we drop the album on April 20th, we're gonna drop that video that night as well, just so they'll be able to see where we're coming from. The album's called New Normal, which is basically, you know, I've suffered so much loss that it wasn't I'm used to just bouncing back. You know, you lose a job, you bounce back. You lose a girlfriend, you bounce back. But, you know what I'm saying, I lost my grandmother and then I lost my mother. You don't just bounce back. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You have to take a second, reflect, and go. You got to welcome the dark space that you're going to be in. And that's what New Normal is about, welcoming the dark space and the crevices, those corners of light that you see, to keep going. So this project has been, we went through crazy transitions as far as it was going to be just a sad album, then it was going to just be a love album, then it was like, nah, that's not who I am as an artist. Even when I'm doing a song about, say, Black America, where it's just depressing, I'm always going to have something hype in the story of that performance to say, after the darkness comes the light. So New Normal is just me getting used to what my normal life is going to be. My normal life is going to be not hearing my mother or my grandmother, call me on my birthday. And that's a huge weight. They talk about International, Women's Day or Women's Month. Like, those women, before I knew that these days existed, they were already that. They were already queens. So that's what this album is about. Just honoring them in a manner of being the woman that I am, and also giving music and not quitting. And on top of that, I done worked with as many Dallas people that I could find, from producers to videographers, from artists, engineers, working with Mousequake, working with Sick With It, working with, who else is on the album? Daddy is For, he's from New Orleans but lives here. He's a trumpeter. Working with saxophonists. Like, I went and I intentionally sought out these people to give me the sound that I needed. And it's coming together because I'm still working on it, even though I should have been done, but people keep sending me shit in my email.
Nah, that's dope. Like, you just gotta be patient with it sometimes, You gotta just write it out, and when it's right, I feel like once it comes out, it was the perfect time to come out. I mean, what else can you can set the date, but at the end of the day, I mean, it'll speak for itself at the end. And so
you gotta set a date so you can stop recording, so you can be on time.
Yeah.
So eventually everything will stop. And
so what's the date now?
It's April 20th, man.
Right.
And that happened on accident. It was supposed to have been March 31st. And then Moody called me and he's like, "Yo, I gotta move the dates around. There's some other things going on." I'm like, "Cool." And then right after that, I got booked for a show in Palm Springs, California on the same date. So I was like, okay. So that's divine intervention. That worked out exactly how it was. And then he said, whatever date you want. Yeah. And I looked at the calendar. I saw that 4/20 was Friday. I'm like, 4/20, release an album, Friday, Club Dada. It got a patio. Like, I'm looking out for everybody at this point.
Yeah.
I won't even be partaking in anything.
Any 420-ish.
No, because I am completely sober.
Oh, that's good.
I don't drink alcohol, but I will smoke. But on the nights of my shows, I don't smoke at all. You will not see me lifted or anything of that nature.
Yeah. That's good. That's like complete focus on what you want to do. Because I've seen that, and I've had artists talk to me about that.
Yeah.
They're like, even if they do smoke, for some reason, the day of the performance, it just changes. It's like, some people could do it. Some people are professional smokers.
Nah. For me, it's a couple days. It'll probably be that week of. Like, I'll make sure I stay hydrated. I'll probably take some random ass runs. Like, you make sure that you take care of your body, because if I don't take care of my body, you're gonna get a piss poor show.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You're
You be winded.
Yeah. Yeah. It's dope that you're conscious of all that, because I don't feel like some people are. Like, I would say that there's some poor performers out there who, like, I mean, they don't give it 100, or they think they do, but they're not ready. They get on that stage, because I hear people. I hear people's music. I'm like, that's dope music. I go see them live, and I'm like, I don't feel that same energy that I heard on that song, and I was expecting more of it because it's live. But
you know, it's a pacing thing when you performing live though. Like when you behind the camera, I see you capture people like Bobby Sessions. That's a lot of fucking movement, like back and forth, and that's energy that has to be maintained for 30, 45 minutes, 60 minutes, 20 minutes. And even at 20 minutes, that means 20 minutes you got to give a burst of energy all at once. Yeah. And you got to, and I like longer sets because then I can be like, okay, here we're going to interject this interlude that seems like an interlude for everybody else. For me, it's called a break. You know, I get to walk off stage, drink some water. And I think some other people just, their music, the nature of their music doesn't require them to need a performance. Like the trap shit, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. They can literally just get the crowd hype, you know what I'm saying? They are in a form a master of the mic in that moment. They're more of a host, if you ask me. But then there's performers, you know what I'm saying? You aspire to be a Prince, or you aspire to be Lauryn Hill that's gonna give it to you, or Wu-Tang, people like that that's gonna really motivate you to be better. So shows, I've seen some great performers out here, and they make you want to be better. Topic's one of them, you know.
Boy, Topic, Topic's one of my favorite live people to see.
Yeah, I'm tired of him doing backflips. Like,
damn,
Topic, like stop making me look bad. Like I can do like a not even a good cartwheel. Right?
That's what I was thinking. I was like a cartwheel.
Like I can stop, drop, and roll.
Stop, drop, and fucking roll. Shit, damn.
But it's great performers out here. But then there's also performers that they don't need all that energy. You look at a Jay-Z or a Nas, they don't need to hoop and holler all across the stage because it's not them. But it's still a dope performance. Yeah. But then you get a Tech 9 and it's insanity. He has a whole production behind what he does.
Yeah, Tech 9, that's a legend.
Yeah.
It's a fucking legend. Still doing it too. He just dropped an album too.
Yeah, Snow the Product's on that album. Yeah. I haven't listened to it yet. I bought it, but I ain't listened to it.
I haven't given it a listen yet. Yeah. But anyways, going back though to the music video for the song Born Legend. Yeah. Again, thank you for letting me be a part of that. And by the time I release this, the video won't be out, but hopefully people go check it out, because the way I set that up, you gave me the creative freedom to think of something, and the reason to explain to people kind of what it looks like before you see it is just pretty much this window frame, this bare window frame suspended in the middle of the air, kind of in a little studio space, and I wanted that to kind of portray almost like a cliche way of like someone looking really somber outside of a window, just thinking about shit. Yeah. But I wanted to put that in the studio and not an actual window of a house. Yeah. And I wanted all those photos of your mother and your grandmother there as a reflection of you just reminiscing about them. So it's, the imagery is you looking out of a window. Yeah. But instead of being really like helpless, it was all the energy behind the song. Obviously, you know, there's heartbreak and sorrow and all this stuff. But I think the way you bring the energy to like a next level, it's like those are real lyrics and real heartbreak. You still give people the energy to want to keep going. And that's why the imagery you'll see in the music video is what it is, because I pictured that as you know what? It's just going to be one window, a bunch of photos surrounding the perimeter, and you looking past into the window, into the camera, and in one confined place in a studio. And that to me was like the perfect way to really like, it's a window into your life, you know, not to get too super deep into it, but it's a window into your life. There's these photos. That's how I like to work with the videos I direct. I want imagery behind it. I don't want to just shoot something to shoot it. That's cool. Like, I know I can make things look good, but I want them to look different, and I want them to have purpose. Same way, you know, artists like you make your music. You want it with a purpose. Same way I shoot stuff. I'm like, I hope you like what it looks like, but know that there's a purpose behind it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like there's deep purpose. Like I think about that shit. I'm like conscious about that stuff. So.
Yeah, man, that video, I haven't even watched it in a while just because it kind of tears me up a bit to see the photos. So, I'm hard.
Yeah.
I'm hard.
Yeah.
Put that on record.
Yeah.
But it's a very emotional song, like, and when I gave you the vision and said, yo, this is who it's about, and then you came to me with what you wanted to do, and I was like, all right, cool. And then I remember I had a question about something, and you was like, that's supposed to be a part of the video.
Okay, yeah. Let me jump on that right quick, because I know exactly what you're talking about. The fact that this window is just suspended in this random dark studio-looking room, and I had shots that were really wide, and that they showed the stands that were holding up pretty much the out frame of what was holding up the window or behind the scenes. And then you could see walls. You could see the walls of the studio. And I was like, no, that's all on purpose. Like, it's because you were like, hey, I could kind of see some of the behind the scenes stuff. Like, is that an accident? I'm like, oh, no, that's on purpose. Like, it's, I've been trying to do more of that. It's almost like this meta kind of deal. Like, it's a music video. This window is not like just out there somewhere.
Right.
You know that we're in the studio. There's stands. There's lights, artificial light set up. We didn't just roll up on some location and decide to shoot. So I was like, no, this is like very meta, very like, this is real. This is a real artist, real music video setup. Her really hurt. Yeah. Real space. So it's funny too, because that's almost a comment that someone would make that that didn't know anything about the video. They'd be like, this is here. And why can we see the stands? Like, did they mess up? Like, it's like, no, they didn't mess up. It's on purpose. And now you know that it's real. Yeah. I hope you can take that in. And again, this goes back to more of the artist perspective. There's a purpose for it. And some people, they watch and they might not get it, and that's okay. But it's just that the fact that it wasn't a mistake. Yeah. It was there on purpose. Yeah. And I've been doing more of that. Like, you'll see some other videos of mine coming up where I took that idea like further. I'm like, yo, this is it's like self-reflective. Yeah. Yeah, it's like super self-reflective.
I thought it was dope. Once we got some different pictures and stuff, put in there that we made some changes, then I was like, all right. And when the video made me tear up, I was like, all right, we got us one.
And I will say too, I love working on videos that are that connected to people. Yeah. Just because what ends up happening, like, I watch it and I'm like, damn, I just made that for somebody. Yeah. And this is like real to them. It's not just like, hey, let's shoot a video and I got this song. It's like dope. Like, turn up. It's like, nah, there's like, it don't matter what the trajectory of any of our careers will become later. Right. But it still matters. Yeah. Like it matters. You're like, look back on it and be like, damn, I did that, Yeah. Like one day you're gonna look back at the video and be like, damn, I was young as fuck. Yeah, and you're gonna
I'm gonna feel like that.
And you're also gonna be like, damn, I went through this shit, but like, look at me now,
Yeah, man. So I just hope to be a light for somebody else. You know what I mean? Like, there's so many people, until it happened to me, I didn't really notice that it kept happening to everyone else around me. And we have to, it's a part of life. It's a part of life. You're going to lose somebody that you feel like you cannot move forward in life without. But that's the whole purpose. You got to take what they gave you and move forward. Like, I know my moms would be proud of that video. I know my grandma would be proud of that video. Yeah. My mother would be like, why are you cussing? But, you know what I mean?
Damn.
Hey, man.
But it's real. It's real. Yeah, it's real.
But you got to do things that's going to inspire other people, that's going to give them change, give them hope that they could go through something. Because one of the songs that I usually perform in my set is a song called Have Mercy. And that song was asking God that was my reminder, because I was on stage so often, for me to ask God to have mercy on my mother, you know what I mean? And that song, I've had atheists walk up to me with tears in their eyes, like I felt that, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even really believe in God, but in this moment, like, I could believe in God. Like, that's how powerful being authentic and true in your music is.
Yeah.
So there are plenty of songs where I can be metaphor, lyrically insane. I can give you a party,
Yeah.
but a lot of times I feel like my destiny is to give you what's real. I want you to give you something that when you need a certain mood, you can go to this record and not be depressed, but you can get through that first half of the song and get through the end of the song and say, all right, I feel better. I can do this. This is like people tell me been grinding, they work out to it. You feel like I can do
goes
this.
hard as fuck.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and speaking of Have Mercy, I felt the fuck out of that one too. I just forgot the name of it. I know for a fact that you played that show, Jaren Benton show. Jaren Benton?
Yeah, that's it.
I know for a fact. I heard that shit and I was like, what the fuck? And I forget, I don't know if I was where I was, but I was like by the dude too, Jaren Benton, and he was like, oh shit, like he was into that, like crazy. And then that just goes to show, like, that dude is really fucking talented too. So
facts.
I saw him react just as hard as I was reacting. I was like, then that shit is real. That song was like you almost want to cry and tear up, but at the same time be like, oh fuck, this song is like, cause that's how I felt. I was just like, god damn, like I heard Ben Grind, then you played that. And,
I heard even at where were we? The spot in Fort Worth that we always at. I can't even think. Lola's. And one of the sound guys, I had performed that song, and he's just at the bar, and he's like, "I'm going through this right now. We just lost my mom to cancer, and now we losing my dad to cancer." Like, you don't know who you're gonna touch with your testimony, and that's why. The major difference from this album to my other albums, my other albums would have healed everybody else. This time around, I had to heal me first. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I'm still not all the way healed, but the music is healing me when I play it back. You know what I'm saying? I still tear up to Born Legend, but it's still giving me, like, strength, because that's what it is. I was born to be a legend. That's how I feel. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm trying to do. And you just got to just power through it, create new music. And one thing I did do was surround myself with other creative people. I'm usually so secluded, like such a secret of what I'm doing. Now this time I started calling people up, doing features and going to drop a verse here, drop a verse there. I started being around creatives, and it instantly took me out of the funk I was in. It was like, go make some music.
Go do the stuff you're supposed to do. That's what it is. Damn, that's dope as fuck.
Go do a video. Go have some fun. You know what I mean? Go laugh. Go joke. Go be petty. Go do whatever.
Go be petty.
Yeah, sometimes you gotta be that. Like, if you around me long enough, man, they tell me all the time at work, that's how I get through my second job at Apple. I'm petty all fucking day. Like, I see y'all coming in here. You didn't even look in the mirror.
That's funny.
But and then when they speak to me, I'm going to make them laugh. Like, let's laugh. We need to laugh some more, man. We stress the hell out for no reason.
Yeah, that's true. I'm about to open this window real quick. It got a little hot.
Just a little bit.
What's the biggest change in this record that we haven't heard, or not in this record, but the entire album that we haven't heard from other things? Like, how... Obviously, you're going through some really tough stuff. Losing your mother and your grandmother is not something you take lightly, and we've obviously been talking about that. But do you think... I believe that, you know, when you're going through the hardest stuff and you create art, sometimes you create the best art.
Yeah.
Would you say that's something you're feeling right now? Do you think, like, damn, this is, like, some of my best work yet because of the things you're going through? Or is that me jumping ship to just, like, you know, that's true to me. I don't know if that's true to everyone else.
I'm super hard on myself. So my best song last night ain't going to be my best song today. Like, I'll listen back to it and be like, oh, God, that one word. You know what I'm saying? I'm super critical, but I will say one of the engineers that work with me, John Claiborne, he always works with me, and he's mixed a few of the records on here, and he said, I'm excited for this album because you've never been this emotional. When people think Alsace, they don't think emotions. They think hard. You don't see me cry. You don't see me. I don't break.
Mm-hmm.
So it's the emotional side. It's the experimenting. Another thing that like I said, just in the sheer fact of being open to not only working with people, but being open to their criticism about what I'm doing. Because as artists, we be like, no, tell me how you really feel. In reality, I don't want to hear that you don't like it.
Yeah.
I don't. Like,
Yeah.
that hurts my feelings. Erykah Badu was on to something when she said it. Yes, I'm sensitive. I'm super sensitive. But I was open to criticism. I was open to, like, one of the records that probably won't even make it to the album because we already released the video. And Dream Life, the producer, said, you gotta re-record it. I'm not, you too laid back. And I'm like, what are you talking about, bro? You don't tell me. You're the producer, right?
Yeah.
And I put it off and put it off and put it off and put it off. I went back in the studio right before we did the video. And I redid it exactly how you wanted it. 10 times better.
Damn. That's dope though that you like took it.
Yeah.
Cause it's not. I even know that it's just not easy. Like,
Yeah.
so like I shoot video for somebody, and we're all hype pre-production. We shoot the video. We're hype while we're shooting it. They see the edit and they're like, I don't know about this, and I'm like, but like, I already did it. Like, how are you gonna tell me I can't do that? And then, you know, and not just the artist, but someone like anyone else involved. You know, even other peers of mine who, you know, filmmakers, videographers, everybody. They give me feedback because when I do a video, before I even send it to the artist, I'll send it to someone I trust who does the same shit I do, and I'll get their feedback because, I mean, you send it to people just hoping they fucking like it, right? You're not trying to really get them to change it. You're just like, because you're hardly ever just like, this is like shit, but you're hoping for just, you know, but yeah, you'll get that criticism and you'll be like, man, I don't want to change. That's my favorite part, or like, I don't want to do it just because it's more work or whatever. But then if you listen, though, and you just try it, like, you don't got to stick with it, but just try it, you'll be surprised. Because I will admit, I've been part of that, too. Like, someone will be like, just try this, and I'll do it, and I'm like, yeah, that's 10 times.
Yeah. And feedback is important. Like, I don't think we're honest with each other enough to, like, how many times have somebody asked you to listen to something and you listen to it and you really didn't dig it, and then you see them again or you avoid seeing them so you don't have to have the honest conversation. I tell people all the time, do not, if I solicit it and say, yo, send me something, just be prepared that I may not like it. I'm not a hater. Mm-hmm. Like, I want to see you win. Mm-hmm. And if I don't tell you that this shit is garbage, who is?
Yeah.
So I try my best to be honest, and I tell people like this, like, if I send you a record right now and you tell me you don't like it, I'm not going to like your face for 3 days. I'm being very, very honest. I'm being very honest. Yeah. Whatever critiques you send me back on the email, after that 3 days, I'm like, all right, cool.
But I'm going to remember that you told me my shit was whack, like 5 years from now.
Nah, but I'll appreciate that. Then you'll be the one that I send the record to. You know what I'm saying? When I got a whole bunch of yes people, then I don't send you the record no more because I think you're biased. And it's like sending a record to my father. Like, he biased. Like, I don't care what he say.
He's like, you the best. Like,
he's like, you're the best, baby girl. Okay, that's not what I need, Dad. Do you like it? Yeah. So you just got to be true. And that's the major difference with this album. I was open to feedback. Yeah. And I was also open to feel every single emotion that I felt. Normally when you're angry, you want to hurry up and be sad, or if you're or happy, or if you're sad, you want to hurry up and be happy, and if you're too happy, you want to hurry up and go to sleep. Like, we never just feel the emotion. Like, go all the way through it. Yeah. Go all the way through it. Yeah. And my mother's year anniversary death date was Friday. Yeah. I woke up first thing in the morning. I'm just bawling with tears. Damn. You gotta let it happen. Mm-hmm. And I told my stepfather later on that night, it's not that you're sad because I seen the suffering. You feel me? You don't want to suffer no more. That's selfish of you. Yeah. But when I woke up, it's one of those days, because I don't cry a lot. It's one of those days where you have a moment where you say, she's not here no more. Yeah. So let me feel that. And then I felt it. I kind of moved around a little bit. I was working from home. Should never work from home.
You tell me, that's all I do.
and then I got out of that slumper, that stupor, and then it was like Galaxy 9 was having something that night with Job One and the rest of them. And I was like, I don't feel like being around people. That's exactly what I need. Get out, get off your ass.
Yeah.
Feel your emotion. Allow yourself to feel it.
Mm-hmm.
And then go create something great from that emotion.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, no songs were created that night. But I got to say peace to my man's B Barber, or peace to my man's Van Gammon, peace to so many different people. You know what I'm saying? People that I haven't seen in a while. What up, JD Beck? You know, you the child prodigy drummer. And that makes you feel good because you're around people that you can physically see winning because you came out of it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's what new normal is about, man. Any life change. I lost my job in 2014. I lost another job. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Who cares?
Yeah.
Your new normal doesn't have to define your future success.
Hell yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's what we're trying to get to. I want to be successful, and I want everybody around me. I want y'all to be successful.
Yeah.
I want us, like, I look at all these pictures on Instagram of all these big time superstars. I want that to be us. You know what I mean? We have our own Grammy parties and Oscar parties, and we just in our suits and shit. Like, you remember when we was just in the Jeep?
Yeah.
Now you just pulled up in a Bentley, and whatever the case may be, you aspire to be great.
Yeah.
And that's what this album is about. Just aspiring to be great, and finally, I'ma still be cocky. I still feel like ain't nobody better.
Respect. You have to be your own biggest fan. I feel a lot of times.
I'm like my second biggest fan.
Okay, well, shit, you gotta be on point with supporting your goddamn self. Like who else? I mean, sure, you got your supporters, but at the end of the day, like, confidence is key to me.
Yeah.
Like. Like, you may call it cocky. Some people may call you that, but shit, I just think you're confident,
It's a fine line.
Like, there is, but confidence is key to me. Like, your shit could suck, but be confident. Maybe one day it won't be, maybe
it's going to always suck.
Nah.
The problem is, there's a marketing technique out there for you and your confidence.
That is true.
And I'm okay with that, too. Like, have fun.
Yeah.
Because this is going to be funny in 20 years when we are at the barbecue jamming to some of the ratchetness that we've listened to. Like, I can see Bad and Bougie coming on right now when I'm like 62. I'm going to embarrass the fuck out of my nieces and nephews. Like, I don't even care.
Damn, like, have you heard of the Migos, the classic from the...
They're going to be like, please don't!
Yeah. Damn. No, but that's so much respect to you because... I'm all about the vulnerability and just the realness of any kind of art. And I always tell people that, like, I hope you see it in just my character as a person and in my work, hopefully. But it has to do just a lot with, like, I feel like people just grow. We as people just grow.
Yeah.
And then, there's places for there's places for Migos, from Migos to Kendrick Lamar, there's a place for that, right?
Yeah.
But I'm like, for me, just the way you had said it earlier, there's purpose though in what you want to do. So you're like, you know what, like that's who I want to surround myself with, and that's what I want to keep creating, and that's what I want to be known for. Not just like, whatever else there is, but definitely right now, I think the real cool thing, at least for me, shit, everybody might not think it's cool, but like to be just vulnerable and be like 100% like real. To me, that's cool. Like more than ever now, I'm like, because the opposite of that is just being fake, is it not?
It can be fake, but also we're always, depending on your lifestyle, depending on where you came from, we are so a lot of times taught to not feel emotions. Like it's not okay.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I definitely come from that shit.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that.
We tell grown men all the time, stop crying.
Yeah.
For what? Let them cry.
Yeah, shit. I mean, you ain't got to tell me that's where I'm coming from. That's how we grow up in this. For
females, it's suck it up. You'll be all right. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I'm not all right. You know what I'm saying? And then we say, oh, that's emo rap. Well, let it be emo rap. Yeah. Because if it ain't emo rap, it's gonna be this drug-induced rap where I got to be high as fuck
to function,
to live life, to just exist,
yeah,
to numb the pain. And all you doing, you ain't numbing no pain. You feel it all. You just high when you dealing with it. That's the one thing that I don't do, like, or anymore. And I'll be honest with that. Like, you could drink, but when you wake up in the morning, now you got a hangover and the problem's still there. You get high, and the way I look at it now, I'm high, and I spent money, and when I wake up, the problem's still gonna be there. Just deal with the shit head on.
Yeah.
And we have to learn that something that I've learned as a hard woman, right? Because if you look at the LGBT culture, the hard woman is supposed to be basically a man. Like, I'm not supposed to have no feelings.
Yeah.
But then you'll come across people where they're like, I don't need you to be that. I need you to be a person of emotion. I need you to be a person that feels, that understands that when I'm hurt, I need you to address it. And if you're constantly being hard, what good does that serve? You know what I'm saying? You can't be one way, and we all have our representatives. We're one way in the public, we're somebody totally different behind closed doors for the people that really know us. Yeah. But why do we have to do that? If we just be our authentic self, like I'll be honest to anybody, I am a jerk. I can be an asshole. That is a part of me. Am I working on that to not be as much one? Sure. Is it a process? I've been one since I was like 1.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
I mean, just even the fact that you can just be like, yeah, I know people got a problem with me in doing this, and that, but I'm working on it, you know?
Working on it.
That's cool. We all, I mean, at the end of the day, too, speaking on just everything you just touched on, like, everyone got their vices. Now, it doesn't always have to be drugs, you know? You don't got to be alcohol. A lot of times it is. More times than not,
shout out everybody that's drinking Hennessy, though.
But, like, you know, everyone has it, you know? Everyone has their vices, or just the shit they, you know, that people tell them, like, yo, you got a problem. Like, you know, it could just be a characteristic personality trait, but sometimes it's like, well, shit.
But sometimes our vices, we gotta have a vice. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, my vice is like Chick-fil-A. Like, I gotta have a number one. Or when I'm not eating right, I go and get gizzards from Chicken Express.
So what you do on Sunday? Oh, that's what you do on Sunday.
Yeah, right.
Chick-fil-A.
Be depressed is what I am. Like, Chick-fil-A, you don't have to be the staple child. But you gotta have a vice. I think vices are healthy because they do get you away from certain reality, and you do need to get away from reality. That's why we take vacations. We want to get away from reality. That's why we go to the club. I want to get away from reality or create a new one. So we gotta have vices. We just gotta have healthy vices. You know what I mean? And if drinking is that, you know, it's some good whiskey out here, some good wines out here. If it's marijuana, it's great. If it's heroin, not so much. You know what I mean? You know, if you so happen to be like a prostitute, not so much. I mean, but you maybe could be a porn star, make a little bit more money. I
mean, people be making money there anyway, you know.
Hey, but I'm not here to judge because I know where I came from. I know I got a long way to go. My dad say, keep living, you're gonna keep making mistakes. Yeah. That's the beauty about life. You're gonna keep making. Yeah. I don't know if that's beautiful about life, that I'm gonna keep making mistakes.
I mean, like, if you're making mistakes, it means hopefully you're going to keep learning and doing better.
How you 67 still making mistakes?
I mean, shit. I feel like you're going to fumble either way. Yeah. You know? But I see what you're saying. That sounds a little depressing, like, thinking about, like, still making mistakes at 75.
Like, what kind of mistake was it? Like, did I forget to put on my shoes? Like, is that considered the mistake? Like,
you walk out barefoot. I don't know.
I mean, but just making music, it got back fun to me. Okay. It was stressful at first, and now it's like,
have fun with it.
I'm excited. Like, I'm in the studio wilding out. Oh, shout out to Miss Oso. She's on the record now.
That's dope.
This is gonna be crazy.
Yeah, she's dope. I've heard her spit before. She's dope.
Yeah, and all her paintings. I got 2 of them in the house.
Yeah. Fuck, I love multi-talented people. I'm just like, you do what, and what? But not just. I mean, anyone could say they do multiple shit. Yeah. But people who are good at doing multiple shit.
She's great at it.
yeah, great.
And I'm like, listen, can I get a homie discount now? I bought 2. Nah. But you gotta pay for it, so I got 2 of her paintings.
That's cool. That's
I support artists. Like, I just hope that one day I can afford that loft. at the top of some real expensive place, so I can put all these pictures at.
Yeah. I see what you're saying. Yeah, like you want to buy art and show people that you got it.
Not even really. I don't like people at my house, so there's that.
Well, what are you gonna do then? Just post pictures on Instagram?
Yeah, pretty much. This is here.
You can't go
Where's here? I'm not sure.
Yeah. I also wanted to talk to you about just being a female in hip hop. What's that like? And I mean that's a grand topic. But what about in Dallas Fort Worth? You know, because you could talk about it on a grand scheme. I mean, it's up to you. But I'm just always curious because. I mean, I'll tell you more times than not. If it's a hip hop person, artist, it's usually a dude. So that's just my curiosity.
It's not as difficult as it was before, just simply because, forgive me, it's Sunday. I don't give a fuck anymore.
Yeah.
I know that if there's any pushback, there's intimidation behind it. Because let's be real, I don't want nobody to be better than me. I damn sure don't want a dude to be better than me. Like, I don't know why that is. It just is. So for a dude, I know it's like 20 times harder.
Well, because it's dominated, it's male. Everything's male, almost dominated industry, you know. But definitely fucking hip hop. So that's why. So you know, no shame on that.
But it can be tough, especially with me, because I'm not a feminine female. So it's hard for people to figure out ways to market me because I'm also not. Completely like, please sell me as a gay artist. Like, dude, this is who I sleep with has nothing to do with the music I make. And I've always felt like that, which the gay community has a problem with it. Like, and then the straight community's like, well, you don't bring enough gay people to the club, and I'm just like, whatever. Yeah. I'm not gonna try to please everybody. Yeah. But I think it's a lot better. I've been doing this for 14, 15 years. And they didn't take you seriously back then. Now they take you seriously. When you have people, like, I have so many people hate Cardi B, right? You hate Cardi B, but you gotta love her story. Like, whether you mess with her music or not, she got it without having to sleep her way to the top. Yeah. And that's commendable. You gotta love the Issa Raes. You gotta love all of these people that's doing their thing. And in Dallas, there's so many creative people. There's so many talented individuals that will work with you, and they want to jump at the chance and work with you because you're female. You know what I'm saying? So if I just focus on the group of negative people that don't want to work with me, it's pointless. Like, I am who I am. I'm a female, and if you're intimidated by it, that means you need to step up your game. I don't know what to tell you. I can't make you be a better you. Yeah. I can make me be a better me. But if you're intimidated by my greatness, then that's on you. I don't have anything for you with that. Now, when it comes to other females, I will say that we have to work in unity a little bit more. But I do get tired of the all-female showcase. No, just put 8 of us on a bill and 3 dudes. How about that? You know, how we normally are pitted against guys. Just make it into one of those. And I wish the city would come out a lot more for the female hip-hop, the way they do for when our male counterparts are on there, just simply because we deserve it too. Yeah,
I mean, I feel that on the level that just being a big fan of hip-hop and knowing that it's obviously a male-dominated industry. Yeah. You mentioned earlier about Snow the Product. Like, I'm a big fan of hers. And just seeing how she draws a crowd and how she puts on a show. And it's like, I'm sure, you know, she has her own story and perspective on what it is like to be a female in hip-hop. But I know from going to her shows, I'm just like, damn, she's out there doing it and killing it. And she was, you know, like in Fort Worth maybe for quite a while. Like, say, I forgot where exactly. It wasn't exactly in Fort Worth, but was it Haltom City? I don't know. She lived in like Haltom for like a couple of years. So she was doing a ton of Dallas, Fort Worth shows for the longest. So I was just, you know, just wanted to add that too, because it goes to show, like, at the end of the day, you do good shit and people will notice. Yeah. But I do know for a fact, obviously, it's like, you know, you could get the, you know, misequal treatment.
I mean, you can get the treatment, but the way I see it is that they're giving me this treatment because they're just insecure, you know what I mean? So if you close one door, I'm gonna go and find another door. That's the thing. Like, there's always doors. We looking at them. We see probably 20, 30, 40 doors around here. Yeah. There's a different door for me to go in. Yeah. Like, I ain't gotta be on your show. Yeah. but guarantee you gonna hear about me.
Yeah.
Guarantee that if you don't put me on the show, by the time you're ready to put me on the show, my whole plan in life is that you're not even gonna be able to afford me at that point.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When it comes to being a female in hip hop, I have little black girls that's looking up to me, little
that
white
shit's
girl
real. That shit's real.
looking up to me. I got little stud girls because
Yeah.
it's a real life thing.
Yeah.
I got these people looking up to me, and if I focus on the negative part, it's gonna drive me insane. So the main issue that I have with Dallas is the gatekeepers need to get off some of them keys, bruh. Like, I'm not saying your time is up. I'm not saying your time is done. Share the keys. And when I say the keys, I ain't talking about get me in touch with this person over here. Share your knowledge.
Yeah.
Because one thing I know, people that's not afraid of you taking their spot will share their knowledge. Yeah. I'm one of those people.
Yeah.
How'd you get to show, Sage? Well, let me tell you.
Yeah.
How you get to work with him? Well, let me tell you.
Yeah.
Because I'm not worried about you taking my spot.
Yeah.
So as a female in hip-hop, as a person in hip-hop, I'm not afraid to give you the knowledge that I got.
Yeah.
Now, certain knowledge, it got to be paid for.
Yeah.
But that's my only problem with this city and any other city, too. Like, the gatekeepers need to... Well, where our OGs at?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Where our OGs to say, oh, you picked up that camera? Let me point you in the direction to these couple people that used to do that or still doing that. You know what I'm saying? Or like do that.
It's reciprocal. That's what I do. Like in my field, like even just the other day, I had a screening for a music video and this kid came up to me. He was 16. And then he's like, "Hey, I heard you directed the video, right?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Yeah, I just, got it. I'm getting into like video making, filmmaking, like what advice you give me?" And I was like, "Well, just come sit down for me for like 2 hours." And we just, chopped it up and I just talked to him and gave him advice. I was like, "Follow me right now on Instagram or wherever and just like DM me anytime." Like, obviously everyone got their time and everything they got to juggle, but it doesn't hurt to just connect. Yeah. And if they really got a serious question or need some help, like just send it their way, And obviously you can't do it to every single person, but when you see at least some sort of potential in someone, like why the hell would you like?
Nah, man, I got a young cat right now. His mother, I'm friends with his mother, and she hit me up. She's like, "Can you listen to his music?" And I immediately started hearing things wrong, and I said, "Listen, the next time I get a session, I'm gonna invite him." And when I finally got my full-length session, I invited him out. So his mother got him a session, and she's like, "Well, if you're not busy, can you come?" Absolutely, I'm there. You know why I'm gonna be there? Because even if he doesn't do this in the future, he'll remember that somebody came to help him. Yeah. Somebody took interest in what he was interested in. And that's something that I think sometimes we lack. My mother didn't understand why I would be doing hip-hop, but she supported that. My father didn't quite understand it, but he supported it. But not everybody's parents are like that. So we got to be, as the tiny gatekeeper that I have, I got these small keys, and I'm going to give it to you when I can. I'm going to shout you out and say, "Yo, I see what you're doing. I'm going to share your music if I feel it." You know what I mean? I'm going to tell you the honest God truth about how I feel, and if we got to give back, because I may not be a Jay-Z in the next 20 years, but they'll remember who I was. And I tell people all the time, I can save you 10 years out of the game if you just listen to me.
That's exactly how I feel about the filmmaking shit. Like I told this kid, I was like, man, like, because he asked, and I was like, yeah. He's like, can I like go on a set, like a music video or a commercial, whatever you're shooting? Can I just go? And I'm like, man, next time it's in Dallas, like for sure, like I'm gonna bring you on, and I want to jumpstart you, like I want to save you some time, because there's a lot of shit you gotta know, like, before you can get to where you want to be. But there's like the early years of mistakes you're just gonna be making, or just shit you just didn't know about, that if you just hop on it right now, it'll get you that much closer. Because in the beginning with filmmaking, I'm sure with the music too, it's like go work with someone else who already knows what the fuck they're doing. That way you'll get it right off the back, instead of like fumbling on like your computer or with some whatever kind of mics you got
at your homeboy house.
It's like that's part of the learning process. But if you just dedicated, work your ass off, get some money, and then pay for whatever it is you really need to get done. Get it done
Yeah.
right the first time is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean, and as long as we're teachers, then we're gonna inspire students to be teachers.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When you think about your favorite teacher back in the day, my favorite teacher was my band teacher. You know what I'm saying? My favorite teacher was my geometry teacher. I hated fucking math, but I remembered her passion and her dedication. I remembered my band teacher's passion and dedication. He said, "You may not be a musician when you grow up, but I've inspired the greatest Marines, the greatest Army people, the greatest technicians, or whatever you're going to be. Like, I'm just here to make you the greater person that you can be for the time being, that you're going to be great at that one thing."
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's why I don't mind helping people. That's why I don't, when I see these young girls doing their thing, they like, "Ooh, what you think about her?" Let me see her first. And if I think she's dope, I think she's dope.
Yeah.
That's the end of this. I know you want me to hate it.
Yeah.
I'm not going to hate.
Yeah.
I think she's dope.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, when I walk up to her, "How can I purchase your album?"
Yeah.
I ain't going to ask her for an album. How can I purchase
Yeah.
it? Where is it at?
Yeah.
How can I be your friend on whatever
Yeah.
social media shit?
Yeah, and that to me is like good karma too. Like
Yeah.
you want people supporting your shit, then like give it back, you know?
I don't,
Like-
and my lady would tell me that all the time. She's like, "That's why you do that. You support all these people so they'll support you." No, I support all these people because I really fuck with them.
fuck
Because
yeah.
otherwise, I'm in the house, sleep.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not coming out if I don't support you. Like, when I seen ADD was performing, but I seen ADD and Bobby Sessions on it. Oh, yeah, I'm here. I'm here for that.
Cause you fuck with it. and
Yeah,
you wanna-
you see Friday's Foolery
Yeah.
performing somewhere. Oh, I'm here for that.
yeah.
You see Cure for Paranoia. I'm here
Yeah.
for that.
Yeah. Hell
You
yeah.
see Flowzilla, you know, she's coming up in the game. I'm here for that. I'm here for Skinny Cooks and all the rest of them. Like, yes, do your thing. And if I can't make it to every show, I'm at least buy an album. When I come out and you out, I'm at least buy a shirt. Because why can't we do that? Why can't I support you? Like, my old manager, Patrick Rudd, he used to manage me under WGR with Topic. And he pulled up on me at the House of Blues with his new line. Absolutely. Make sure you send me a package. I'm gonna put this in my video. How would you do that, Sage? You gotta be what the other their fear. Why would I not?
Yeah.
It's plenty of room for all us to eat. Look at all these
Yeah.
trees, all this oxygen.
Yeah.
What I look like going over to this tree? This my tree. You cannot breathe from this tree.
This is my tree house.
You know what I mean?
Cannot
Nah.
get inside my tree house.
It's so much opportunity. It's so much winning that can happen if we just support each other and be honest and just be authentic to us. Feel what you gonna feel, and when you angry with somebody, pull their ass to the side. I'm sorry. Please don't do no Facebook rant. Please don't do it. Pull them to the side. I don't fuck with you with what you did. We would be so much better.
Yeah.
But I'm a direct person too. I like to, you know, I did it Christmas Day or some shit. Like, he was doing some subliminal tweets, emails. I picked up the phone. I got your number. What the fuck is your problem, bro? Like, that's the type of person I am.
That's
We're not
real.
gonna have beef.
That's real. Yeah, that's real.
And if I can't pick up the phone with you, then you're not worth my time.
Yeah. That's real.
Like, support one another.
Yeah.
And if you don't support it, okay.
Yeah.
That's okay. There's a couple of clubs I'm not gonna go to.
Yeah.
Not my cup of tea.
Yeah. I feel that.
But they're winning. Do that shit.
Yeah.
I mean, like,
I
I
feel
think
that
we
100%.
we put too much on females versus males.
Yeah.
Like, you already know, females, we gotta be ill.
Mm-hmm.
We got to. Cause if we're not, then that's why I won't fuck with her, cause she can't flow.
Yeah.
So don't be mad at me when I'm coming out of here just bossing.
Yeah.
I had to. It's like playing basketball when I was a little kid. I had a grown man. I was like 10 years old. A grown man elbowed me in my chest. Like, you gonna learn today. Okay. And that's not, just even on the basketball court, they didn't want to see me win. I blocked this shot, like,
Yeah.
an embarrassing block this shot, like volleyball this shit away from the court.
Yeah.
They had to go get my dad and the rest of them because he was running a fight. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's just the nature of females versus males. I think it's always going to be like that.
Yeah.
And a couple of us will be different.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, I feel that. Hell yeah. So any final thoughts on the album specifically? Because it's been great talking, and I feel like even just with me getting that little sample from the video we shot from that track, I'm just like, it's some good shit.
This album is gonna be phenomenal. This album is a testimony of who I am, and it's not just the pain. Like, you're gonna hear some real Scorpio-ish shit come off that album. You're gonna hear some bars. You're gonna hear some amazing features. I am proud of this body of work, and sometimes it's hard for us as creatives to be proud of one body of work. Like, I'm proud.
I feel that 100%.
Yeah, I'm proud of this work. I know we have already 2 videos lined up, one of which is yours.
Yeah.
There's PR behind it. Like, I feel like amazing. Like, I'm still like, okay, all right, you guys stop recording at some point, but I already know we got a solid certain amount of songs that we're gonna do, and it's gonna be crazy. And I just hope everybody bringing the city out, and they gonna fuck with me. Like, come fuck with the album. Come fuck with the openers. Come fuck with it all. Club Dada, 420. If you get high, get high. If you get drunk, get drunk. Just get a fucking Uber, man, and have a good time.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, so this album is great.
Dope. All right. Well, let's just close it with there. Thank you so much for jumping on.
No problem.
And chilling in the car.
Yeah.
I'm really gonna push the setup, but next time we're gonna be driving.
Yeah.
We're gonna be rolling. I'm gonna have the camera set up on a mount.
That's dope. You should do some karaoke.
We might be singing. I'm saying, I don't know, but hell yeah. All right. Hell yeah. Alsace Carcione. Thank you so much.
You ain't nothing but a trick, claiming you a fucking pimp, tossing stacks in the air, knowing you ain't paid the rent. All you other bitch niggas ain't nothing but a fabrication. Watch the birds flock when you get money, instant gratification. Stop playing, cut the law, ain't no future in your frontin'. Out here with Coogee and Beck Lou with no helmets, you call that stuntin'. I'm hip hop, I'm neo soul, I do what the fuck I want.